The Pygmies and Amphiarchus both were relatives because their mother was the same Mother Earth, or our planet, you might say. They had been with him through many generations, helping them with their warfare with the rains, and even if it was him who actually won the battle, they celebrated it like they had done it themselves. They could be kind of trouble sometime, maybe, when they stuck their little weapons in his skin. Mind you, he was probably like over 6 feet tall. And sometimes they might go into his mouth, and then he would pretend to swallow up 50 of them at once. Well, once he ended up crashing a whole part of the nation, kind of, when he sat down. They forgave him, but they just told him to be more careful next time. Some would crawl in his hair, and some would go into the folds of his clothes, playing hide and seek, or having a race around his gigantic eye in the middle of his forehead, kind of. But when he was kind of killed by Hercules, they really wanted revenge on Hercules because they were so sad about the loss of their giant brother. And because if he doesn't touch the earth for about 5 minutes, he would end up dying. It's the one where they ended up hatching the phoenix egg. They put lots of stuff in it, like sweet smelling woods, I think, and stuff. Like the one when the phoenix ended up departing. They were definitely surprised when the phoenix egg hatched. It told them about itself, and they showed it a picture of itself, and they said it was correct, and the phoenix said it was correct, but I think it also said there were some things wrong, like its color. Aren't phoenixes usually red, orange, and yellow? The magic creatures that are mentioned in Phoenix and the Carpet, all that I can remember, is the Sandman or the Sand Fairy and the Phoenix. Well, I don't know if you'd count the Carpet as a magical creature. It's literally a magic carpet, but I don't think it has a life. I don't know if it could do wishes like this, like the ones that make you better at something or someone else. It would probably just make you train or something. Can you make me better at running? Or I wish I was better at running. I don't know if that would work. And the Carpet, the Phoenix, and Cyril, Anthea, Jane, and Robert. Well, you might not forget the lamb, who's their baby brother. They went to an island where you can have whooping cough and ended up making their old cook queen on that island. Also ended up marrying a burglar who went back to honesty after meeting them to the queen cook or cook queen. Well, they had to send the carpet to go get the one who would marry them. And by the way, the queen cook thought that it was just a dream, and and they also ended up going down a tower and I think they also found treasure there. And the way how they found the phoenix was by accidentally hatching the egg when they made a magic fire. Like the egg fell into the magic fire, even though it might have just been a normal fire with, well, good smelling things inside. Yeah, maybe that was a waste to put those things in it. And they once put paraffin and a hair growing thing in the carpet so that the carpets thread would grow, or its yarn, or its wool, just whichever. But when the phoenix ended up making a fire go up in the box or theater, because of the paraffin, it lit on fire and probably got pretty broken. The phoenix called the Samed or Sand Fairy, went to it and then think it wished for the carpet to be there, and that's how the carpet got there. I think they wished to get home. I think they failed to stomp the carpet out earlier, but it might as well have gone out because the phoenix can control fire. They thought that they had to get rid of it, and when they were talking about it, I think the phoenix ended up understanding what they were saying, even though it was kind of like code that or hidden. And that's when the phoenix ended up departing with the remains of the carpet. It made an egg, or laid an egg, and I think it must have put it on the carpet and wished for it to take it somewhere where it would not be hatched for a long time. They sent a letter to the Samed, I think, and for the phoenix before he used the carpet, I think, and they ended up getting all the things they wanted in a box. Their parents never knew who sent it, but they knew it was the Samed. One of them said that it was sent by someone whose name started with P, and their parents didn't ever know, I think. And in the box, there was also one single phoenix feather. I think Robert or Cyril put it in his suit, and the next day, the feather was, well, gone. The phoenix departed in the fire again. So Timon was very, very, very rich. He was also a gigantic spender. He would buy things he didn't even need, and if an artist had a painting to dispose of or something, they would just sell it to Lord Athens, who would buy it at any price. He even shared his wealth among the people in his city, town, or land. Some who couldn't really completely copy him, maybe, they ended up just copying him in his big spending. Maybe he's a bad influence. A poet had a poetry that wanted to be spread out to the whole world. He just had to dedicate it to Timon, and he would probably just, well, do it for him or her. And yeah. And they just didn't want to let Hercules pass, and they ended up battling. They couldn't really finish the battle. Then Hercules challenged Amphius to a wrestling match, and then ended up cheating and lifted him in the air. That's definitely not supposed to be in wrestling, so I'll count it as cheating. And because he dies if he doesn't touch the earth in 5 minutes, he'll end up dying, and he ended up, and for some reason Hercules managed to do that, and then he sent him away. The pygmies wanted revenge and tried to set his head on fire, but he ended up waking. But Hercules ended up waking up before that. He noticed the pygmies and asked one how big his soul was, and the pygmy replied as big as their own. He said they had so big hearts that he wondered how their tiny bodies could even hold them. And he left them alone and had to be careful because, they're like small and you could like step on like 50 of them in one step. But maybe just 30 if you're still a kid.